So guys, welcome back. And so in this video I'm going to be taking you through how I made my whipped soap from my bar soap that I made from scratch. Initially I actually planned to make a bar soap, but it ended up in a whipped soap. I'll tell you why as we watch this video. But for now, let's start with making our soap bars. For this soap bar recipe, I used organic grapeseed oil, lemon infused oil, and raw African shea butter. So here I'm measuring my grapeseed oil, purely organic. You can see how it looks and feels. It's so beautiful, trust me. And this soap is so rich. So this is my oil phase, and I'm measuring out all my oils inside the same place. Now for the ingredients measurements, I'm going to be leaving out the measurements somewhere in the video, so just keep watching because you don't know when exactly you would get it. So yeah, I measured my lemon infused oil, and then I'm going to be going ahead to add my raw African shea butter. This African shea butter is just so good, smells exactly like my grandmother's ori, and it's just so yummy. So I'm adding my shea butter. I'm not going to pre-melt this. I'm just going to use my stick blender to blend it in until it totally combines with the rest of the oils. This is a cold process soap, but that's not the reason why I didn't pre-melt my shea butter. I just felt like blending it in. If I had a other ingredient like cocoa butter or beeswax, I would probably have pre-melted it. But since it was just shea butter, I decided to just blend it in. Now I'm going to be measuring in my water phase, which is my lye solution. Here I'm using my lemon juice hydrosol in place of distilled water. Of course you can use distilled water, it's very effective, but I chose to use lemon hydrosol here because lemon hydrosol is a potent brightener and exfoliator. I made this myself and it's so concentrated, it never disappoints. Lemon juice never disappoints. So yeah, I'm measuring in my lye. Please make sure you are fully kitted whenever you're working with lye. Make sure you're wearing your gloves, your lab coats, your laboratory boots, your eye goggles. It is very important that you take caution. And also make sure that you're pouring lye into your liquid and not your liquid into lye to avoid some kind of hazards in your laboratory. So yeah, I'm pouring in my lye solution into my lemon hydrosol, and then I'm giving it a stir until the lye powder is fully dissolved. Also make sure that your working space is quite ventilated so that you can actually avoid all other hazards. I'll go ahead to measure my fragrance. Actually, this is really optional if you're making a whipped soap. I added it here because my plan was actually to make a soap bar. So but if you're making a whipped soap, you can just leave it out and then you can add your fragrance when you're making your end product. So I'm just going to bring my water phase and my oil phase and make sure that temperature is okay for their mixture. So I'll bring in my lye solution, and the temperature was about 49 degrees Celsius, and I think that was very okay by me. The oils was just at room temperature, so it was time for me to pour. And then as I poured, I kept blending in with my stick blender until the soap came to a trace. And then I went ahead to add my fragrance. Remember I said this is optional, you can actually add this at your end product, but since I already measured this out, I just had to add it. So right now I think my soap is really okay. And then I also wanted another color to this soap, so I decided to share a part of it and mix with another color. I did this specifically because I was making a soap bar. If the initial plan was a soap base, I wouldn't have done this, but because I wanted a bar which turned out to be a whipped soap, I just had to use this color. So yeah, I used purple mica powder here to achieve that purple color. And then I'll just go ahead to pour my soap in my soap mold, and then I'll let it sit till the next day to solidify. So here the next day the soap is already solidified, but guess what, the soap was still very soft. That wasn't the plan for a bar soap, but it was actually the plan for a whipped soap. So here is what actually happened. When I calculated my soap recipe, I added about 5% or 10% super fat or so. But when I made the soap, I didn't add any super fat, so that was why the soap was soft as this. Okay, so I would also want to let this cure, so I'll just cut the soaps just like bars, and then I'll set them aside to cure, because if we should go ahead to whip this soap as a whipped soap, we wouldn't be, I don't know if we'll be able to cure them in already stored container. So I just left them to cure for some weeks, and then I brought them back, and even when I brought them back after some weeks, they were really soft, and even softer than how they were when we cut them. So they were really ready to be cut. So yeah, I brought in a bowl and another for both colors, because I didn't want to add both colors together. So I cut out the purple part into another bowl, and then I cut this other part in pieces to enable me mash them. So after shredding the bars like this, I'll just go ahead to mash them. Here I'm using my little porcelain mortar pestle to mash this in. If your own soap is soft enough, you can go ahead to use your hand to just crush them and then mash them with your hands. They are really soft, so they were very easy to mash. So after mashing them for some time, I had to use my hand to make it more easy. Then you would have to mash properly with your hands before you think of whipping them, so that you don't spoil whatever tool or equipment that you use to whip. So then I just went ahead to mash the purple part as well. This purple soap, I really liked it. I don't know why, but it was really yummy to mash. And then after this, I was just going to go whip this one and see how beautiful it looks. Now this is the base. One thing I like about this soap base is that you could actually use it for a whole lot of things. You can actually customize it to whatever you like. It is not as limited as normal soap bars that when they are solidified, there is nothing else that can go into them. But this one can contain more active ingredient. It can contain whatever you want to add to it for whatever reason you want to add it. Before the end of the video, I'm going to give this a ladder test and let's see if it passes it, and then I'm also going to check the pH so that you can understand what kind of active ingredient should go with this if it becomes a choice for you to use any form of active ingredient. You can always use your mixer to mix smaller batches, but whenever it comes to a bigger batch, please try to use an industrial blender so that you don't spoil your hand mixers. So this is how my whipped soap base looked like after whipping it. In my next video, I'm going to be making a lightening soap with this particular soap base, so you can stay tuned so that you see what my finished product looked like. So after this is ready for package. Remember that you must have cured your soap before you package it this way, so that you don't prevent it from curing, and it may be dangerous for you to use a soap that has not been cured on your skin. So here, this is my soap base having two colors, and so let's go ahead to check the ladder and then also to check the pH. But I hope you've given this video a thumb up and also you've subscribed to this channel. If you have not done so, please do so right away. I truly will appreciate it. So I will actually score this a 70%. It passed the test, but it didn't ladder as much as I wanted. But what happened was it laddered more than this after this video. I didn't know why, but after this video it laddered more than this. So let's go ahead to check the pH of the soap. Now matching our pH strip with our pH paper, I think we got a pH of 8 or 9 or thereabout, or it should lie in the middle. So this was about 8 and 9, and it was just perfect for a soap. It wasn't really bad, although it's not that mild, but it's really not bad. And so at least with this you could know the active ingredients to go with it. So I don't know if this video was helpful to you. If it was, please give me a thumb up and subscribe to this channel. And also watch out for my next video while I customize this soap into a lightening soap. Thank you so much for watching and always trusting our recipes. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.